righty. All right, welcome back. We just breezed right through hour two of the Thirsty Thursday edition of Liquid Lunch. I want to say thank you to everyone who turned out last night in Staten Island. People turned out on social media. People turning out everywhere, supporting the owners of Max Public House here in Staten Island. The bar's come under attack by a tyrannical governor and a tyrannical mayor. They've set these draconian rules. They've set these crazy geographic boundaries that one restaurant has to be closed, and 2 blocks away another restaurant could be open. They obviously came up with some science that coronavirus will respect some imaginary boundaries, which is crazy. But New York is fighting back. The owners here fighting back. Thousands of people turned out last night to support them. And I'm joined right now to get a little update on what's going on in Atlantic City, one of the most beautiful towns in the world, world famous historic place for fun and gambling and beaches and walks, and it's just a great place. I'm joined by U.S. Army veteran James Toto right now, great friend of mine. Recently in a neck and neck battle down in Atlantic County. But James, give us a little update on what the heck is going on in your town. There's craziness here in New York. What's happening in AC?
Well, the governor implemented the 10 o'clock shutdown on the inside with restaurants and bars and stuff, and it's just it's a business killer all the way around. And it's I can make it from one end of Atlantic City to the other end of Atlantic City in 15 minutes. If I can do that, that means that no one's in town. It's absolutely horrible, and it's going to have a trickle effect because people do not understand that. Okay, fine, you want to shut the restaurants down at 10 o'clock. That's going to affect food ordering. It's going to affect the vendors who sell to these restaurants, the linen companies, people that are working in the back of the house, whether it's the kitchen staff, the dishwashers, the waiters, the waitresses. It's going to affect everybody. And then the local bodegas that are in the area that people would normally shop at, they're not going there at 11:30, 12 o'clock at night now because they're not walking home from work to pick something up. It's just absolutely insane. The governor has got no feel for what's really going on out there, and he's not allowing the people to be responsible. That's my biggest issue with this whole thing. Is, you want to know what? If the governor is going to force these businesses to shut down, and it's going to happen where businesses are just going to go out, you know what? You should live on unemployment. That's it. Governor Cuomo, you want to do that? Hey, you live on unemployment. Governor Murphy, you want to do this? You live on unemployment. You hold the people. You got to live under the same standards that you're holding the people to. And I think it's absolutely ridiculous. The kids need to be in school, and if you look at the science as to what's really going on out there, the kids really aren't being affected by the coronavirus. And I'm listening to all the different people that are out there, and I see what's going on. And the kids need to go to school. I was listening to Frankie Morano earlier. He had a professor on from Harvard University that was talking about how over in Sweden with what they're doing over there, it works. They're open for business. The herd immunity, it does work. You gotta make sure we take care of our older and more susceptible people with health issues, but it works. The businesses here need to be open. Atlantic City is going to die and wither away, and if we don't do something about it, there's no concerts, there's no comedy shows, there's nothing going on here, other than the gambling. And luckily, they're doing well with that, and the online gaming, they're doing very well with it. But at the same time, there are other things that Atlantic City is known for. It's not just the gambling. We got phenomenal venues for concerts. So I know when I can find a parking spot at the Hard Rock Hotel on the first or second deck, there's no one in town.
Got it. So let me ask you this. On the national stage, Donald Trump is fighting like for his last breath of air here. I think his team is making a compelling case, but the media doesn't want to really bring the proof and the evidence of voter fraud. They want to just keep poo-pooing it. There's a great history of voter fraud and corruption down in Atlantic City, New Jersey. What do you think about what's happening on the national stage, James?
Well, Rudy Giuliani said it best. And I don't know if it was last night or earlier this morning. He said, you know what? There's a lot of evidence if you just look at it. No one's looking at the evidence. They're saying we want to see the evidence, but they're not looking at it. Do I think this election has been stolen? Yes, I do. I do not think that Joe Biden is going to be a legitimate president. I don't even think he's going to be in there that long. He's just a figurehead. This is Obama's third term.
I don't even think he's going to be in there at all, James. I think Donald Trump is going to prevail in this thing. And when I look at it, I hate to say it, I'm a big numbers wonk, okay? I'm not great at a lot of things, but I got this savant of a mind with numbers, okay? Joe Biden underperformed Barack Obama's turnout and performance in 80% of the bellwether counties in this country. So I don't know how he underperformed the Messiah. Barack Obama was the Messiah for the Democrats, okay? Joe Biden underperformed him in 80% of the bellwether counties, but yet somehow with 4 or 5 concentrated wins in these Democratic powerhouse cities, he actually became more popular than Barack Obama. He didn't leave his basement for 6 months. The hardest question they asked him is, what flavor ice cream did you get in your cone? You know what I mean? So I don't see how someone with literally no enthusiasm and no campaign could have outperformed Barack Obama.
Yeah, neither do I. With what, 12 people showing up, in cars, or 6 to 12 people showing up in cars. Meanwhile, Trump's packing in stadiums and venues that are, 15 to 50,000 people are showing up. We had 30,000 people stand out in the cold down here in Wildwood, New Jersey, just to get a glimpse of him on a big screen. That was, outside. Inside, there was another, 11,000 people, I believe, on the inside, and you couldn't fit any more people in this place. And that's just here down in South Jersey. There was talk about him doing that up at the Meadowlands. I would have loved to have seen it, because I bet he would have packed the house. You would have had New York and New Jersey.
Yeah, that would have been nice. All right, Jamesy, I got to run. We're out of time right here, but we need you back. And James was one of the guys. He was in the E4 unit in the Army, top-notch unit. And guys like him and women like him that went to war for this country and put their life on the line for freedoms and liberties like free and fair elections, they deserve a lot better than this. Thank you, my brother, and God bless you.
God bless, man. Good luck up there.
That's James Toto, U.S. Army veteran, and one of my favorite New Jerseyans. He's over in the Garden State, where corruption is abound in almost every election down in Atlantic City. And corruption is abound here. We have a tyrannical governor. We have a maniacal progressive Lulu as the mayor. And the two of them combined are showing America what it will be like if Joe Biden becomes president. So no matter what you do, you got to fight and you got to believe, and don't get fatigued, because we're going to stop the steal. We're going to stop the steal again tomorrow right here. Same bat time, same bat channel, more Liquid Lunch.